5 minutes open discussion. I want to go back to your racist remarks. As a black man myself, I think that the way that you have interpreted the black community on tipping, on making money, is absolutely absurd. I think that that is not anything that is acceptable. You have attacked my age a long time. I want to shout out Lori, my great neighbor in the Great Depression. We have gone through a lot. We've gone through the Great Depression, and we've gone, obviously, through what we're going through now. Inflation's high. Cost is high. And the way that you have attacked my age, knowing all my wisdom and all my experience that I've been able to make, is absolutely, mistakeably wrong. I want to say that it doesn't matter what my age is, because all it's going to show is your youth and inexperience. I would say the Fortnite attacks that you have made, I want to let the employees of Hot Dog Shop know I have never played Fortnite seriously in my life. I got onto the game. This was the first time I'd ever actually had to try and play Fortnite. I also don't even know exactly how to play Fortnite. Cameron deems that I am a tryhard, and I would disagree. I would say that this is absolutely false, absolutely wrong. Cameron decided to leave games to go make a sandwich, copyright PPJ, and then came back in the middle of a game when the rest of us are maybe up 10, 12 points, come back, beats us 30, which I can applaud, an absolutely great player. Unfortunately, to call me a sweat when I was trying to just play the game, understand the game, he comes back and wins. I'd say if anyone was sweating during the game, it unfortunately would be you. I'd also like to comment on the dictatorship that he so proudly represents. We've talked about many times with assassination attempts on myself, his vice president, my vice president, insane situations. We've had many employees who have even heard and have known of such cases. I'd say the people of Hot Dog Shop need to understand that we don't need a dictator. We have enough issues, and that work can be an escape. My whole plan is exactly this. Let's make Hot Dog Shop the happiest place on earth. We want to make sure that people are welcome. We want to make sure people are having fun. And if this is your escape, as it was for your older brother a few years ago, I want to make sure that I can provide that. I want to make sure that there's no dictatorship, or there's any hounding, or not being able to let go of past things such as the 12 hot dogs that were released. I'd also like to make a couple notes. July 21st, 2022. There's only 2 people in this room that can say that they have ever seen a shooting at the hot dog shop. Unfortunately, I was one of them. My son and I were working. We had a drive-by that happened to end at Hot Dog Shop. And unfortunately, I'm the only man in this room who can say that they've seen a man die. I saw a man die in his car, and yet my son and I were the only ones who still decided to work under distressing situations. We provided a calm environment, and I'll applaud my son for that. However, I will say that my son didn't see the man die. I did, and I still chose to stand up and to provide the space of what I needed to be. I'll also mention, I was asked to be in management 3 to 4 years before I finally accepted it. I accepted my promotion within 4 months, which I'm very grateful for, but I chose to put off management for the reason of I felt like I was not ready. However, I have felt, as of within the last years, that I was finally able to accept it, and I felt as if I have done a fine job. I have stood strong. I have led greatly, and not only was I able to put it off because I felt like I wasn't ready, but now being in the position, now being the assistant general manager, not only am I able to finally accept the assistant general manager position, a management position, I'm now standing proud and strong and tall to know that I want to be the president of the Hot Dog Shop.
I think we should start with the Melendez brothers. Sam has said he wants him to be free. I've said it too. And so he talks about seeing a man die. It's probably traumatizing. It's probably one of the first people he's probably seen die. And I can see how that have an effect on him. But then we gotta think, Miranda's parents, they are also dead now. Gunned down. In almost a similar fashion. Does that mean that these boys should be in bars behind their whole life? No. But there should be punishment for your actions. Just because your actions had good intentions doesn't mean it was a good choice. I think these boys should just have a more reduced sentence, a less harsh sentence, or even just like move to a better prison where they can be together again. My opponent here is of age, 73 in fact, and with that comes a lot of things such as early stages of dementia. Okay, how can we have a president, right, who's going to say one thing today, then tomorrow not remember saying it at all? And then he can switch up his standards because his dementia's kicking in. Do we want that? No, we do not. Him and Lori have talked about working together during the Great Depression, living together. Lori's been through it, and I applaud her. If I had my opponent as a neighbor, I think by the time his flowers grew into my yard, I would have enough to just cut them down with my mower. He says that I give off a dictator vibe. One of the hard things we have to do is we have to put our foot down, okay? We've been too lenient. The more lenient we are, the more that we can't control because we're lenient. We have to put our foot down, and that means nipping things in the bud right away. And if that's too aggressive, then the people who are working there and disagreeing should just go, okay? If you have a problem with us not allowing weed into the shop, and then you're the problem then at that point, and you should just go. We don't need that environment. My opponent here has said stuff about my racism remarks. It's the truth, okay? Racism is more of, I don't like black people, okay, because the color of their skin. I don't say I don't like black people. I say I don't like serving black people because of their actions. It is a whole different thing. And I think my opponent fails to see my point of view because he's never been through it. And I understand, though, where he can come through thinking that I'm racist. But then we got to talk about some of the crazy parts. My opponent is delusional if he thinks he's black. Okay? I can't tell about this bright light right here. I can't tell if it's my opponent's clone or if it's just a light because he's white. Okay? And his racist remarks, calling my vice president a monkey, is insane. Insane and out of this world. Okay? My morning people, you probably see a different side of Sam than our night people do. You probably see a more serious, a more hardworking, a more different Sam than we have experienced. Especially the four of us in this room. We have seen a different version of Sam than anybody at a hot dog shop. This man once attacked me at Waffle House on a nice November night after we celebrated decorating the hot dog shop for Christmas together. He first threw my vice president. His own vice president was even running from him. And his own vice president ended up jumping into a garbage can for his safety. And then we get to the part where he got me. And he gut shot at me in front of 5 people. It hurt. It hurt a lot. Sam has said it before. He's kind of a safe person for a hot dog shop. I go to Sam for a lot. But for the man that I look forward to just hurt me was a lot to go through. And I think that we should really consider it, okay? I joke with my employees. I get them laughing. For example, Helen. Every day I work with her as her cook, my goal is to get her to smile. And every day I do. Even on her rough days, even on the busy days, I get Helen to smile. I always give hugs to anybody who wants one. You want a hug? Come to me. I also agree, okay? A lot of problems at hot dog shop are just like, oh, you'll be okay. Just put it aside. I'll agree. And even if I don't agree, I will listen to you. I will listen to you, and then by the time I understood what both sides are, I might even start agreeing with you. Sam here, I don't think he will. I think he will listen to you. He will go and just turn around and go, well, that was useless, and just walk away. He'll make you feel heard, but are you actually heard?
As for the closing statements, I'll say the employee of Hot Dog Shop, they know who I am. They know what I've done. They've seen the stances that I've made. They know my character. And despite the remarks and the lies that my opponent has decided to make about myself, and including my attack on the color of my skin, I want to make sure that the people of Hot Dog Shop know that I vow to make Hot Dog Shop the happiest place on earth.
Together, we are one. Together, we are a team. And together, we will make Hot Dog Shop better again. For I will be the voice for those without voices, the shepherd to those who are lost. Vote for me, and I promise you won't regret.